break. What's up, family? Yo, check this one out. Today we're gonna do this video here on something you may or may not heard of, or you have, but you didn't really put much thought to it. I'm gonna go with highballs. So anyway, we're gonna title this one 4-letter word, this video. FOMO. FOMO, yes. You go, what is FOMO? F-O-M-O. What is it? Fear of missing out. Now, why do I say that? Because you do, believe it or not, you got a lot of people that do deal with FOMO. And what do you mean by that? You got some people, they so caught up with their cell phones. Do you realize you got some people that's always on their cell phone so much that they forget to just live a life like we did before cell phones came around. Like they just constantly got to be on their cell phone. They constantly got to be checking it. I've seen people, I've actually seen people, and I know you have too. How about how we've seen people on a date with someone, and every minute they're checking their cell phone. Every second they're checking their cell phone. Do you know how disrespectful that is? You know why? Because they feel like, the whole time they feel like they're going to miss out on something, opposed to just actually having a real conversation with somebody, the person you actually with. Stop, look, that was horrible. Oh, you got a duck. You know what I'm saying? And how about this? How about all you people? Yes, you people out there who you're so busy going through FOMO, you don't realize it, fear of missing out. We've known people to go to sleep at night and actually will have their cell phones right up under their pillow. Why? Because they want their cell phone to be within close proximity so they could at any time keep checking their cell phone. Opposed to get yourself a good night's sleep. Stop thinking you gotta check that cell phone every doggone second. Got something you wanna add to that? While I'm beating you over here?
Mostly just that FOMO is a perspective, at least to me. I don't be feeling like I'm missing out on stuff. I went through the phase of feeling that way, so, but it is all about perspective, you know. You might go through times where you feel like, you know, you gotta be up to speed with this, you gotta be up to speed with this. Even with music, I've done that before. I feel like I have to constantly listen to the newest album to drop just to feel like equal to everybody else. When it's really taking away from your real life and what you really want to do. So
good point, because that's what I would tell anybody that's dealing with FOMO. It actually reminds me of this thing I wrote. I wrote this a long, I want to break. I didn't know this was kind of loose. I wrote this a long time ago. I didn't copy this from nobody. I actually wrote this. It actually touches on FOMO if you think about it. This was at one of our cookouts, how we used to have our annual cookout, and our cookouts was always for something positive, you know, to get people together and stop waiting on a funeral. And we did a really good job of that for years. I miss those cookouts. But I would have this in the bathroom for any and all to see when they would come in. Because you know how it is. People would even come to a wedding, a celebration, a graduation, a cookout, and you will always see people at those events still on their cell phone. Like, get off your cell phone. So I put this in the bathroom where a lot of people gonna go. And then they had, as soon as you open the door, they seen this. And it would say, give your cell phone a break and choose someone to conversate. I thought it was great. And then I would get a lot of people who come out of the bathroom, because we had redesigned our bathroom. They was like, oh, I love your bathroom. And I love that picture frame you got up there. You right. Mostly the older people say it to me. They're like, I love that, because you're right. People need to put that cell phone down. Every minute they think they're missing out on something. You got people all here. Conversate with somebody. Look at that old friend of yours you ain't seen in a while. Look at that family member you ain't talked to in a while. Talk to them. Put that cell phone down. It can wait. Speaking of that, I've seen it, and we've all seen it, even rather it's on the news, on the internet, where we read it or seen it. People will FOMO is basically, it's an addiction, just like drugs. A drug addict is addicted to drugs. An alcoholic is addicted to alcohol. People are addicted to their phones. It's another form of addiction where they can't put it down. Want me to prove it to you? How many times we read in the news, seen on TV, a car accident? Why?
because of the phone.
Can't put their phone down. Fear of missing out. They just can't put that phone down. And every minute while they're driving, they gotta be checking. Take your eye off that road for 1 second. All it takes is 1 second. and you have an accident. So be more weary of your life and other people's life. Stop worrying about that phone, that you got to pick up that phone every doggone second. It may cost you or someone else's life. So stop doing that. Anything else?
No, I agree with everything that you said.
Mm-hmm. So instead of making videos long, we just wanted to make some key points about FOMO. Because think about it, another couple of things I would add, I'll give you some things to jump on. A lot of us who don't have FOMO, we think of it like this. Remember the old saying we heard people say, real hustlers, we move in silence. We don't gotta be posting stuff all the time. I don't need a pat on my back all the time. I gotta post and see what kind of attention I get when I post. Do you know, many years ago, I think oh, that was a good shot right in the corner. That reminded me when we went when we went bowling and she keep throwing gutter balls.
No, we got me confused with somebody else.
Yeah. But anyway, do you know years ago they did studies at colleges where they had a young woman show how her day was based on her likes. You know, in other words, when she got up in the morning, if she got a lot of likes, if she posts a picture, because you know how women love to be like, all that silly stuff, right? So when she would post a picture, yeah, that was horrible. When she would post a picture and she got a lot of likes, oh, she had a beautiful day, a lovely day. But if she posts a picture the next day and she didn't get as much likes or less likes, all of a sudden her mental and her physical, she had a miserable day. And it was just going to show just how caught up people get into this internet stuff where they think they got to constantly get attention from the internet. So like I said earlier, the reason I mentioned that is because it showed with that study. Yo, you too caught up in social media. Be more concerned with real life people in your life, such as your family, people who really respect and care for you. You don't gotta be worried about the internet with people who really don't care too much about it. It's like that old statement. Remember that old statement? It goes something like what? A lot of people spend time trying to impress the very people that they don't even like. So you go, so what's that all about? It's the internet. The internet is a beast. As some would say, the internet is undefeated. You know what I mean? You get so caught up with this internet stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm shooting horrible. See, when you're playing against a lower competitive, you tend to play lower. No. But yeah, so instead of going on, y'all understand what I'm saying. You know, like I said, real hustlers, we move in silence. Good shot. You know, you don't always gotta be posting everything and showing everybody everything you're doing. This is a person who's really living a real life, opposed to a lot of fake people. They live a fake life and they post fake stuff on the internet. And those people get exposed sometimes too, and they look horrible. Ooh, okay.
What he was saying?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Lower caliber, my eye.
So, yo, what I would say in closing, although we made some vital points in here, don't get caught up in FOMO, fear of missing out. When you're driving your car, be careful driving your car. Be safe when driving your car. Don't get caught up. We've seen good movies, comedy movies, where they go reaching for their phone while they're driving, right? And they wind up killing somebody, if not killing themselves. So, this joke makes me play hard.
I'm literally winning.
Be careful. Like what I was saying in closing is, be careful when you driving that car and you got that cell phone on you. Because guess what? The cell phone, that conversation, that text message, it could wait. And you could possibly save your life or somebody else's life. Oh, look at me. So it could wait. Another thing I would say in closing with dealing with FOMO is ways to remedy it is learn to take breaks from your phone. Just like I said, it is an addiction. Just like drugs and alcohol. That cell phone is a really bad addiction. What you can do is be more concerned about loved ones that's really in your life. Family that's really in your life. someone that you can reach out to and have a real conversation. Like I said, when we have events, when you go to an event or something, have a real conversation with someone, opposed to a fake internet conversation with someone that you don't even know, right? Pick up a good book. Pick up a good book. Reach out to that family member or friend that you honestly can reach out to and have a real conversation with. That beats that internet conversation any time, any day. But most of all, when dealing with FOMO, be safe. Jaden. Don't think that you gotta have that phone with you all the time, especially when you're driving. Check out my video about that one too. I did on that one, telling you to be safe. Me and my other daughter did that one. It's a short video. Oh, you lost. I'm gonna take it easy on I'm gonna spot. No. So be safe when you with when you're on that cell phone. Be safe. Be careful. Like I said, choose right there again. Give the cell phone a break and choose someone to conversate. Have an actual meaningful conversation opposed to always on that doggone internet. That internet, do you ever realize sometimes you be on the cell phone? You ever thought about that? You notice sometimes you be on the cell phone and hours go by?
Yeah.
And you be like, man, I've been on this doggone cell phone. You supposed to took your butt to bed. Hours go past. You said, I'm going to go to bed. Before you know it, you're on the phone for 2 hours messing around with all kinds of websites. Or you watching a program, or you just home, or you sitting on your porch, or whatever you're doing, right? And next thing you know, you don't realize how much time has passed because you're studying on that phone and you keep clicking from one website to the next, thinking you're gonna miss something. You ain't missing nothing at all. Well, honestly, what you is missing out on real conversations and real communication and time that you can be putting in with your family and friends, opposed to always on that doggone cell phone. Look at this joker, misfiring mind. So hey, on that note, subscribe, share, like, and comment. But most of all, be safe out there. Remember, that text message when you're driving, that phone call when you're driving, it can wait. Your life is more important than that. Peace.